Well, now the robot revolution underway in Aussie classrooms, with some trialling avatar teachers. As Rodney Lohse reports, real-life teachers are still very much needed, but the high-tech variety is moving in.
Hello, Hal, do you read me?
Affirmative, Dave. I read you.
The Skynet funding bill is passed. The system goes online on...
There are no shortage of predictions about the perils of artificial intelligence and how it will take over the world and put us all out of a job.
You've gotten all A's.
All A's? Ooba dooba!
But one job meant to be safe is that of the teacher. Or is it? As one Australian school has just started trialling robot teachers.
As far as we know, there's nothing that actually assists the teacher like ZenoBot does.
The ZenoBot is an avatar in the form of a man, a woman, or even a cat. And here at Trinity Lutheran College, it is teaching these Year 7 students English.
If we take an example of a verb such as run.
We used it before for English and it's really good. I like the different way that it presents the things that we're learning for us.
Really good to use because if the teacher's helping someone else, he or she can teach us stuff on the ZenoBot.
The reviews from the students are good, maybe too good. Poppy here would be happy to have a robot teacher full-time.
I think it was pretty cool. I feel like we were living in the future.
Stop trying to censor the truth. Stop trying to censor the truth.
Can we edit that bit, please?
All jokes aside, ZenoBot's co-creator Joe De Beer says it will never replace a teacher, but it will do the boring, repetitious, rote learning work.
We like to think of it as an assistant teacher, so it's definitely not there to replace them. It'll never be able to replace a teacher, but it's purely there to assist them, to do a lot of the more mundane things, perhaps like presenting content or asking questions, and then the teacher's there to really facilitate and add real value.
And a real teacher is still required to plan the lesson the robot teaches.
It'll always only be as good as the data you have.
What it does do is allows teachers to spread themselves around.
If you have a group that might be struggling a little bit more, you can target the master classes and rotate the actual classes of the students, and then you can extend the ones that need it.
Kirsten Ford says it's like having expert assistants, allowing her to tailor her teaching to small groups. Is she worried about her job? No.
It's a good tool to use in the classroom, but you know, we have to build relationships with the kids. We have to do the behaviour management, we have to explain how the robot works to the kids.
I think there'll always be teachers in classrooms.
Director of Digital Learning, Greg Wilkinson, is the man responsible for allowing the robots into the classrooms. For him, it was all about a new way to engage with students.
I like what we see as in the way that it engages our students, and I like what I'm seeing in the way that it's allowing our teachers more time to do the critical and important parts of teaching.
If the trial is successful, he can see ZenoBot being used in all subjects for theoretical learning. But it's not just in schools that the ZenoBot has a role.
We have a lot of history creating interactive programs for language centers, kindergartens, and also training facilities. So, for example, mining companies. So perhaps for induction training or for visitor induction, safety induction, and that sort of stuff.
Even shopping.
One of the exciting things we're looking at now is customer service, for example, where we're integrating pure AI solutions where it's all conversation-based, where you can walk into a shop and say, where are the light bulbs? And it will talk back to, say, go to aisle 3. So the opportunities are just incredible.
ZenoBot is not true artificial intelligence yet, but it will eventually have the knowledge of Google. But that still won't make it as smart as young Ethan here, who will be getting an A in English for sure.
Prefer a real teacher than a ZenoBot.
Oh, you get an A.
All A's? Ooba dooba!